This is Kcal News Mornings.
Good morning. Today is finally Friday, December 6th. Thanks for joining us on Kcal News at 5 a.m. and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Christine Lazar.
And I'm Paulina Estrinos. Happy Friday. And here are some of the major headlines we're following. A teenager killed and the suspect is spotted on a nearby high school football field. We'll tell you why it was so easy to find him. Plus,
we're going to continue to search for that missing individual, which is one of our firefighters.
After a desperate underwater search for a missing diver, rescue teams say hopes for finding him alive are now over.
It's another reminder of the state that we live in and the state of mind that we need to bring to our day-to-day reality.
Plus, a massive earthquake shakes up Northern California. We'll have more on that. I messaged a couple of my friends up there and I said, hey, did you guys feel it? They're more in the San Francisco area. They said, no, not at all, but we have a tsunami warning. So then they started paying attention to the whole thing. But you know, we'll keep you updated when it comes to the earthquake here. But we all, you know, being from California, we're
Yeah, well, and of course they
used to it.
But when you see 7.0, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is what I think they call earthquake weather, right? When we have this like unseasonably warm weather. But there's no such thing as
earthquake weather.
I know there's nothing to it, but that's what we Southern Californians
kind of associate.
Right?
I know, but I always have to remind everyone there's no such thing as earthquake weather. What happens in the sky is different than what happens in the ground.
That's the science behind
it. That's why we have Amber Lee to make sure we clarify everything.
But what I can tell you is we do have some driving alerts to talk about. Let's talk about these areas of dense fog this morning. So drive with caution, use those two hands on the wheels, drive slow, and then use those low beams because we are talking about some very foggy conditions, especially for our beach communities this morning. So here's a look. You can barely make out the Santa Monica Pier. This is our next weather sky cam. And so we are looking at visibility in some spots down to about a quarter mile or less. This is why we have a dense fog advisory up and down the coast this morning. And you can see why with our next weather visibility. We are talking about visibility less than a mile for Carson, for LAX, for Long Beach, Fullerton, Santa Ana, and also Laguna Beach. Once the clouds lift this morning, we will see more sunshine, and our temperatures inland will be a little bit warmer. Different story, though. It's going to be a little bit more mild near the coast. We're talking upper 60s for the beaches, but we'll have 80s for the Inland Empire. Coming up in my next weather forecast, I'll let you know whether or not this warming trend is going to stick around for the weekend. Back to you.
All right, Amber, thank you. Let's head out the door. I have road work on the southbound 71. This is all part of that 9171 project here. It should have been lifted by now, but it seems like all lanes are still closed from Euclid to the 91. So an easy way around this would be the 57 or the 15. Just depends on where you need to go. The 91, though, right now is nice and clear. 60 heading westbound past Milliken. I do have a crash sitting in that center divider. Also slowing down through the Cajon Pass already. But LA and Orange County are relatively quiet. I'll take you there coming up in just a bit.
Kalina, thank you. The Ventura County Sheriff's Department says they arrested a nude man in the middle of a high school football field, and he's suspected of killing a teenager. Deputies and paramedics rushed to Genie Court, Newberry Park, just after 8 last night, and say they found a teenager lying in a bloody room. He had been hit in the head with a blunt instrument. They rushed him to the hospital, but he died on the way. Moments later, they arrested this man, a 24-year-old, who the Ventura County Star says ran naked onto the nearby Newberry Park football field in the middle of a cross-country practice. Investigators say the suspect and the victim knew one another and may be related. We'll have a live report at the top of the hour.
A search crews right now in Long Beach are still looking for an LA City firefighter who went diving on his day off and never returned to shore. But now they're calling it a recovery effort, not a rescue. The Coast Guard joined several local agencies in that search that's been going on since Wednesday. They're looking for a 28-year-old man who was free diving with 3 others near Pier J last night. The underwater visibility is causing problems for rescue divers, so they're also using sonar to help in that search.
A powerful 7.0 magnitude quake rocked Northern California yesterday, the strongest quake to hit the state in 5 years, making a mess, but no serious damage.
The epicenter was off the coast of Eureka, and geologists say it was at the point where 2 tectonic plates meet in the Pacific Ocean. And this morning, the shaking continues. That quake touched off more than 60 others that registered 2.5 or greater.
Kcal News reporter Danya Backus has more on how it really rattled people who got an early warning on their cell phones.
Earthquake. I feel it. Oh my God.
The powerful magnitude 7 earthquake rattled backyards and businesses in Northern California shortly before noon Thursday.
This is the emergency alert that went out. You are in danger.
The U.S. Geological Survey